What inspired you in the first place to even join?
I have been thinking about somatic training and other types of ancillary trainings for my therapy practice. In college, when I was doing graduate work, I was looking at, just different modalities. I was a wellness coach, and I just wanted to add more of the wellness aspect to therapy because sometimes it's more than just talk therapy. And so when your course popped up, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a godsend. Because it's exactly what I needed and wanted for the population I work with. I typically work with women, and the stuff we carry. And so really wanted to work with people to help them heal, and have more than one thing on in the toolkit to offer when some things, because there's a lot of trauma that I work with. So really wanting to help people identify and work through some of the stuff that they're going through. And the somatic training has been amazing. I use it every day.
I love it. What would you say what was your favorite part?
Of the course, I really enjoyed the being able to apply it, having the practice sessions, and we went through a plethora of, examples and samples, from being in a good space to being in a horrible space, and being able to work through all of that and get your guidance and the class support was definitely my favorite. Um, I just really like the practical part. I mean, being in grad school, I love school and education, but we didn't always get to practice. And so that just made the difference to be able to say, hey, wait a minute, I'm stuck. Can you help me, Rachel? And,
Yeah.
having you there holding our hand and helping us through the process.
I love that. For me, that was actually the whole reason I created the course in full transparency. I'm going through similar graduate school, but then also other certifications. I
Hmm.
found the one thing I was still craving was some feedback, and not from the feedback of I needed someone to say, "Yay, go Rachel, you're doing a great job," but just how else do we grow and improve if we only see what we can see, right?
Correct.
Other set of eyes, and not just my mentors, but like my peers. Like, what do you
Mhm.
see? Where do you see room for growth? And it does, let's be real, it does feel good also to get some validation sometimes. Like, yeah, that was
Yeah.
on. Like,
Hmm.
it helps. Um,
Absolutely.
what would you say was like your biggest shift or transformation or yeah?
Um, Biggest transformation would be knowing that I'm so in tune with this work that what I was doing and not realizing what I was doing was part of the work.
Mm.
I just needed to be part of the class to kind of hone in and perfect what I was doing.
Yeah.
Um, because being the rebel, I had a professor who was like, "Oh, that stuff doesn't work. That's so woo-woo." And so I
Oh,
didn't just sneak it in there because that's what I'm about, health
yeah.
and wellness. And just knowing that some of the stuff that I was doing was like, okay, this is cool, and just finding more things to just kind of strengthen that was my transformation.
I love that for you. If someone right now is listening and they're kind of bouncing back and forth, should I do this? Should I not do this? What would you want? What would be your words of advice?
Well, I was one of those, should I do this? Should I
I
not do
know. That's
this?
why I'm like, you're the perfect person to ask, Andrea.
I was one of those, because you get stuck in well, I can't afford this. Is another thing that I have to do. Should I do this? I was that person, and I am so glad and blessed that I bet on me and
Mm,
I decided to take the chance because I'm just like so confident. It's just like, okay, I have a training coming up in September, just wanting to share this work with the world. Um, uh, and so I say do it. You will not be disappointed. I just say do it, knowing that I was that person.
yes.
And I'm glad that I, got over the hump and it wasn't with any, oh, you better do this, you have to do this. It was just an amazing conversation about what is offered. And I have to say, Rachel delivered everything. I've been in coaching programs where people didn't deliver. Rachel delivered everything she said she would deliver, and I appreciate that.
Oh, thanks, Andrea. And thanks for sharing that. I too have been in, hate to admit how many. I mean, I've been in some amazing ones that I'm
Mhm.
so grateful for and have altered my practice, how I help and support people. And then some, unfortunately, that
Yeah.
yeah, and that's part that is, that's life, right? Some decisions we'll make, and there's always, I think, something to learn either way from it. I know for me, some of them help me shape how I show up, and I hope for you too. But yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for sharing your journey with everyone. Taking time out of your busy day. So, Andrea, I do want to just take a moment. If someone is listening, maybe they're not interested in becoming a somatic facilitator, practitioner, but they're looking for support. Andrea, tell them, just give them like the 2 minute spiel so they know if you're the person that maybe they're listening and like, wow, I kind of really like this woman. Um, they could reach out to you.
Oh, to me? Oh,
Yes.
I
So
didn't
here's
expect
the
that.
thing. I know no one ever expects I'm going to ask this, but the truth is I have had a few people that I've done some of these testimonials, these spotlights with, and someone will come to me and be like, "Hey, Rachel, I'm not looking to become a practitioner, but I am looking for support, and I really like that person's vibe." And so that made me start to be like, I need to start asking people to share their stuff too, because I mean, of course, I want people to do this program, but I just want people also to get the support they need. And if one-on-one is what you're looking for, or a really intimate relationship like that, that Andrea might be your person.
Oh, well, thank you. You can reach me at Andrea, Andrea, at Arlery, ARLERRY.com. That's the practice that I've started, and would love to talk and work with everybody. So
Andrea,
thank
and
you,
do you
Rachel.
you do virtual and in person,
I
correct?
do.
Okay, yeah. So if you're located in Virginia, right?
Yes.
Andrea's in Chesapeake,
Yes.
then you could come visit her in person. But if you're not, like you're in California or in Atlanta, right? I don't
In
know,
Atlanta.
whatever the fuck part of my French you are, and you're looking for that intimate, deep support, really, Andrea would be it would be an honor, I think, to be able to work with her.